All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwikdash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right. So what I have playing here is a video of Vocab Malone because he has an upcoming debate, or he already had a debate with Captain Tazariak, and pretty soon the video or the debate is going to premiere. But he has a reaction video, all right, that he has posted up after the debate, man. All right, that he talks to the people in the live chat or whatever, and he gets the reactions from the people, man. All right, and I guess they're debating on the virgin birth and other topics as well. All right, he was debating Captain Tazariak, who was the first two people on the planet Earth. All right, because you wacky tacky Christians like Vocab Malone here, all right, you think that Adam and Eve were the first two people on the planet Earth, and that's not scriptural. If you believe that Adam and Eve were the first two people on the planet Earth, then you have no understanding of the scriptures. All right, and we're going to get into the scriptures in a second, but let me speak for a second. All right, if Adam and Eve, okay, were the first two people on the planet Earth, then how was Cain, all right, able to go to a city known as Nod and find himself a wife? All right, because according to the logic of Adam and Eve being the first two people on the planet Earth, all right, you would then have Adam and Eve, right? Then you would have their children, Abel, Cain, and Seth, all right? So then it will only be those 5 people on the planet Earth, all right? So how would Cain be able to go to a city, all right? If it was only those 5 people on the planet Earth, how would Cain be able to go to another city known as Nod, all right, and find himself a wife? All right, according to Genesis, the 4th chapter. All right, and we also going to get into the scriptures as well and to prove that Adam and Eve were not the first two people on the planet Earth. All right, but let me play this video for a second. All right, let's see what Vocab is saying here.
The gentleman I had from the ICGJC the other day, I don't know if you guys remember.
And you got Saint Basil, all right, which is from ICGJC, all right, which also believes that Adam and Eve were the first two people on the planet Earth. That goes to show you that these other Israelite camps are bugged out, man. All right, that the Lord is not dealing with them. All right. How the hell? Come on, man. Let me play this video.
Remember that we showed a lot of people watch the program and seemed to really enjoy it. And Saint Basil, I think we're in agreement on this. He says Adam had a dad. And that's interesting that if the ICGDC also understands, like we understand, Adam to be the first man taken
you
from
see, he believes that Adam was to be the first man. You hear that? Adam and Eve were not the first two people on the planet Earth. If that was the case, then how was Cain able to go, all right, to a town again? How was Cain able to go to a town called Nod and find himself a wife? Come on, man. And we're going to get other scriptures to prove this too, because Adam and Eve, all right, were not mentioned until the 2nd chapter of Genesis. In the 1st chapter of Genesis, all right, it tells us that all of mankind was created. All right? That's why Adam was known as Adam. He wasn't known as Adam because his name was Adam. He was known as Adam in the Bible because he was picked from amongst a multitude of people, all right, which was mankind, all right, all of mankind, all right, that was known as Adam or Adamites. Because what does the word Adam mean? All right, it means of the ground, all right, because man was created from the dust of the earth, the ground. So when the Lord created all of mankind on the fifth day through the angels, all right, they named all of mankind. They named man. They named that multitude of man Adam. All right. So let's prove that, man. All right. Let's go into Genesis. All right. Genesis, the first chapter, starting at the 21st verse. All right. Now the 23rd verse says, and the evening and the morning were the fifth day. So this is happening on the fifth day. All right. Genesis 1 and 21, it says, and God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and God saw that it was good. Now, let me read that again in case that went over your head. All right. Genesis 1 and 21. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth. All right. When it says that God created every living creature that moveth, it wasn't talking about animals. It was talking about man as well. All right. Because man is also known as creatures in the Bible. All right. Let's prove that with Mark 16. All right. Mark 16 and 15. It says right here, this is Yahushua speaking. All right. He was talking to the disciples. All right. It says, and he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. All right. Letting you know that man is also known as creature. All right. He's not talking about an alligator, because you're not going to preach the gospel to an alligator. All right. He's not talking about a kangaroo or a dolphin. You're not going to preach the gospel to a Komodo dragon. Nah, man. It's talking about man. Man is also known as creatures, all right? Because the animals are already in order. They don't need to be put in order. Man needs to be put in order through the word, the gospel, all right? That's why he said, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature, talking about man. Man is also known as creatures, all right? So let's also prove that with 2 Corinthians, all right? 2 Corinthians 5. Let's get that. 2 Corinthians 5 and 17, I think. 5 and 17. Let's see. It says, all right, 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. Therefore, if any man be in Yahushua, he is a new creature. Come on, man. It says, if any man, all right, being Yahushua, he is a new creature. So men, all right, man, all right, people, all right, are also known as creatures as well. All right. So right here on the fifth day, all right, in the first chapter of Genesis, all right, verse 21, it says, and God created great whales and every living creature that moveth. It was talking about mankind. All right. It wasn't just talking about animals. It was talking about mankind. Now let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. All right. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. All right. Which also speaks about the fifth day. All right. Starting at, let's see. Let me see real quick. Give me a second. All right, starting at the 47th verse. All right. So let's see, 47. All right, it says, matter of fact, hold on. All right, it says right here, all right. Upon the fifth day, remember the fifth day, we're reading right here in Genesis, the first chapter, all right, on the fifth day, all right, that the Most High God created every living creature, talking about the animals and man, all right. The Lord created all of mankind on the fifth day, all right, and it tells you right here in the Apocrypha too, in the second book of Ezra, the 6th chapter, all right. Upon the fifth day, Thou saidest unto the seventh part, where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures. All right. Animals and mankind. All right. Fowls and fishes, and so it came to pass. Verse 48, for the dumb water and without life brought forth living creatures. For the dumb water and without life brought forth living things at the commandments of God, that all people might praise thy wondrous works. All right. Then didst thou ordain two living creatures. All right. The one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. All right. Leviathan is the actual creature. All right. That's living underwater. All right. Which is also spoken about in Job. I think it's the 40th chapter or the 41st chapter. All right. But it says thou ordainest two living creatures. The one thou callest Enoch. All right. Enoch is talking about mankind, because the word Enoch means to be upright. All right. The Lord created man to be upright. All right. The one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. All right. Those two living creatures, which one was Enoch, was talking about mankind, and the other Leviathan. Let's keep reading. And didst separate the one from the other for the seventh part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch, which was mankind, thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. Come on, man. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist, and has kept him to be devoured, of whom thou wilt and when. All right. So the Lord said he gave Enoch, all right, the part that was dried, which was land. All right. So he gave mankind land, and he gave Leviathan the ocean, man, which Leviathan is still down there, man. And the Lord is getting ready to release him in these last days. That's where they get the idea of Godzilla from, man. All right. When you see these movies of Godzilla, that's from the scriptures, man. All right. Talking about Leviathan, because in Job, the 40th chapter talks about Leviathan breathes fire. All right. That his scales can't be pierced. All right. So matter of fact, let's read that again. It says, for the dumb water, matter of fact, let me read. Let me just start at 49. It says, then didst thou ordain two living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. Enoch is talking about mankind. All right. And the other Leviathan, which is the actual beast, the creature that the Lord has in the waters, man. All right. And didst separate the one from the other for the seventh part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. All right, the land. All right, the Lord gave mankind the land to live on, man. All right, but Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist, the ocean. All right, and has kept him to be devoured, of whom thou will and when. All right. So on the fifth day, the Lord created all of mankind, not just one person. All right. And then the Lord, because you think that the Lord took Adam, then he put him to sleep and literally took a rib out of him, and then created that rib to be a woman. Nah, that's not what that's talking about, man. The Lord didn't put Adam to sleep, then split open his body, took a actual rib, literally, and then added that rib, he created woman. That wasn't literal, man. All right, you don't understand that. All right, so now let's get Genesis, the 5th chapter. All right, let's get Genesis, the 5th chapter. All right. Because the reason why Adam all right, was known as Adam again, it's because he was picked from amongst a multitude of people, which was mankind, that was known as Adam or Adamites, because Adam means of the ground. So when the Lord created mankind on the fifth day, he named mankind Adam, because the word Adam means of the ground. Mankind was created from the dust of the earth, which is the ground. All right, so when the Lord created mankind using the angels, all right, the angels named mankind man Adam. All right, Adam was picked from amongst the multitude known as Adamites. That's why he was known as Adam. All right, so let's prove it. All right, so this is Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam in the day that God created man. In the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. All right. So when mankind was created, all right, he named mankind, all right, Adam, the multitude of man, Adam. All right. It says, and called their name, not his name, their name Adam. All right. There, who's the there? The there is talking about mankind, the multitude of man. All right. When the Lord created mankind, he called their name Adam. All right. In the day when they were created. Who's the day? He called the day Adam. All right. Which was mankind. All of mankind. Come on, man. This is too easy. All right. This is the book of the generation of Adam in the day that God created man. In the likeness of God made he him. Male and female. All right. So the Lord created male and female, man. All right. He didn't create a thousand genders, man. All right. The Lord created mankind, man, male and female. All right. Not no whatever the hell you got today nowadays. He didn't create transgenders. All right. He didn't create what is it? Non-binaries or whatever the hell you got, man. All right. The Lord created male and female. All right. Created he them. So when the Lord created mankind, he created male and female and blessed them. All right. And called their name Adam. Their name. All right. Not his name Adam. He called their name Adam. Who's the there? All right. The word there is that's plural, man. So that means there was more than one people known as Adam. Come on, man. All right. Called their name Adam in the day when they were created. All right. So when all of them, because like again, Adam and Eve are not mentioned until the second chapter of Genesis. All right. We already established in the first chapter of Genesis, all right, that all of mankind was created. All right. All of mankind was created on the fifth day. All right. The reason why Adam was known as Adam, because he was picked from amongst the multitude of people, which was mankind, known as Adam or Adamites. All right. It wasn't because his name was Adam. All right. He was picked from amongst the multitude of people, which was mankind, known as Adam. All right. That's why he was known as Adam. Mankind, all of mankind was created on the fifth day. All right. So let's get into Genesis, the fourth chapter. All right. Genesis, the fourth chapter. All right. Starting at 16, the 16th verse. All right. It says, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in a land called Nod. So Cain went into a land called Nod. All right. On the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived. All right. How the hell was Cain able to go to another city called Nod and find himself a wife? All right. If Adam and Eve were the first two people on the planet Earth, how was Cain able to find himself a wife then? Because according to that logic, if Adam and Eve were the first two people, all right, you would then have Adam and Eve, then you would have Cain, Abel, and Seth. All right. Then it will be those five people on the planet Earth. Where does his wife, Cain's wife, all right, come in? All right? Come on, man. You people have no understanding of the scriptures. If you think Adam and Eve were the first two people on the planet Earth. Come on, man. I just broke it down perfectly. If you don't understand, then you don't understand. All right? The understanding is not for everybody. The truth of the scriptures is not for everybody. Only the elect is going to understand it. And that's the elect of the nation of Israel. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. All right? The elect is the 144,000 and the great multitude that follows behind the 144,000, which is the rest of the 1/3. Those are the only ones that's going to be saved because they understand the scriptures. They have the true wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures. All right? It's that plain and simple, man. How was Cain able to find himself a wife, all right, if Adam and Eve were the first two people on the planet Earth? Come on. Adam and Eve are not mentioned until the 2nd chapter of Genesis. The 1st chapter of Genesis, it tells us that all of mankind was created on the 5th day. All right? Come on, man. Oh, man. All right? So that's pretty much it, man. All right? That's all really I have to say, man. Go through, man. If you don't understand, then all well. All right, but
we understand Adam to be if the ICGDC also understands, like we understand Adam to be.
He says we understand that Adam to be
the first man.
The first man. He believes that Adam and Eve were the first two people on planet Earth. So let me guess. Let me go back into Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 2. All right. Let's go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter. All right, starting at the 21st verse. All right. Please tell me what you think this means right here. All right. Because if you think this is literal, then you have absolutely no understanding of the Bible if you think this is literal. All right. So let's read it. Genesis 2:21. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, made he a woman and brought her unto the man. So you trying to tell me, right? So you think this is literal? You think that the Lord, all right, caused this deep sleep to fall upon Adam, meaning he the Lord must have gave him anesthesia, all right, to put him to sleep, all right, so he could perform surgery on him, so he could take a rib from him and then close up his womb, all right, and then after he closed up his womb, he took that rib and then created a woman out of it. Is that what you tell me? Is that what you're telling me this is talking about here? If you think this is what this is talking about, then you have no understanding of the scriptures. That's not what this is talking about. All right, that the Lord put Adam to sleep and then cut up in his body and literally took a rib out. That's not what that's talking about, man. All right, man, that's talking about Eve coming from Adam's bloodline. All right, Eve came from Adam's bloodline. That's why he said and Adam said, this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. That's right. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Meaning that that Eve came from Adam's bloodline. All right. She was of the lineage of Adam. Come on, man. All right. So that's pretty much it. All right, I hope this lesson was edifying to whoever may been watching it, to whoever may watch this video. All right, so with that being said, call Halalyum, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shout out to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. You are the true chosen people of the book. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. So with that being said, until the next one, shalom, shalom.